Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it prickles.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Tuesday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Today marks the last day of April in 2024. Tomorrow will be the 1st of May. The Patronal Festival will happen at St. Joseph the Work Anglican Church, Kandishi. If you know, you know. Now, this morning, I want to say thank you also to our affiliates across the country, in the Volta region, the Northern region, Eastern, Western, Central region, all the stations across the country that pick the feed of Johnny's Bite, those who share the link, those who like it and support it, those who give us criticism on the side. Thank you so much. Those who spend time to pray for us, thank you so much. We also like to say a big thank you to Adama, West Africa, for holding us down on Johnny's Bite. But today, Ejesu is calling. Ejesu in the Ashanti region is calling. And there are 6 contenders in that by-election that's going to happen. The NDC has served notice that they will not be part of the by-election that is happening in Ejesu. I'm sure you've heard the president and the vice president. Put it up there. The president and the vice president and many other bigwigs within the NPP have gone to Ejiso and they have said what they have to say. And you have the 3, you have CPP's Esther Osei, Kwabena Boateng of the NPP. Please lose the super. Beatrice Boachi of the LPG. Kwabena also Diomi, who's an independent candidate, used to be NPP. Fredia Joseph, independent candidate, and Atakra Joseph, independent candidate. But if you look at the electoral record of the Ejiso constituency, it has always favored the NPP. The Ejiso constituency has always favored the NPP, and, you know, rightly so. It is a stronghold of the NPP. Now, the question I've been asking myself is, if the constituency is the home of the NPP, and actually within the stronghold region of the NPP, why is there so much jittery movements going up and down and saying all manner of things in Ejiso? Because it looks like we're taking a grenade or a bomb to a fist fight to use the grenade to give a warning shot. Come to me. To use the grenade to give a warning shot. The president again has gone there to repeat what he said at Formina. And I'm sorry, but I think that the president has not learned any lessons. Because he went to Formina when Honorable Esiama, now second deputy speaker of parliament, said he was going independent from the NPP. Of course, they had issues. Kennedy Ejapong came to tell us that, well, there was money involved, and Kennedy Ejapong, had to pay millions of cedis to be able to get Honorable Esiama to sit with them to transact business in parliament. He said it himself. The president went to Formina at a similar deba like he addressed at Ejiso, and told them that he cannot work with somebody who was running on an independent ticket. He made that same reckless statement in, Asin North. And he's making that same reckless statement in Ejiso. So the question you ask is, if you are not a member of parliament on an MPP ticket and you enter parliament, you will not get development in your area. Is that what the president is suggesting to us? And is that what democracy really means? And is that why we are not seeing development in many of the constituencies that are not NPP constituencies? Because the president goes out there to say that if you want development in your constituency and you want me to listen to whoever you are bringing to me, then the person has to be of my party. He put the chiefs of Ekumfi in at the Jubilee House. And when they said, boss, You have abandoned us. You are not taking care of us. He said, me, I gave you candidate, and me, mamu candidate, namu, mutu abati anunti, me, so me, many mamu. This is a president who's supposed to be a president for all. Maybe he has forgotten what he told us on the 7th of January 2017 at the Black Star Square. The plagiarized speech, and well, no wonder it's plagiarized. That plagiarized speech and what was said in it, when the Americans used that speech and spoke to their people, they didn't depart from the dictates in that speech. We plagiarized the speech, and we have moved further away from that speech, the things in the speech. Maybe one day somebody should sit the president down and play back those things to him. One day somebody should sit him down and play. When you consistently, as father of the nation, consistently keep saying some of these things, it becomes disturbing. Because after your 8-year rule, you must be considered a statesman like Kufuor, like Rawlings, like Mills, like Mahama. You should be considered a statesman. And if all you think about as a statesman soon to be is only about partisanship, then there is a problem. There is a problem. That if you do not vote for my person, then forget about development. Literally, that's what the president is telling the people. And I've said it, I'll say it again. It is only President Akufo-Addo who became president of our country since independence, who had clocked 70 and more. And in our homes, when somebody is 70 and more, we know how we think of that person. In our homes, when you live with somebody who is 70 and more, like my son or Brimpong has a 70-year-old grandmother, he does not fear because he knows that when grandma gets food, he will get some to eat. Whether he has been a good boy or not, he will eat. He does not fear because when grandma gets goodies, he will enjoy some, whether he has been a good boy or not, whether he supported grandma's action of not following her to the market or not. So how is it that we have a president who looks us in the face, not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, not the fourth time, but maybe the 5th or 6th time, to tell us that if you don't vote for who I want, forget about development in your constituency? What kind of a president is this? This was not what we signed up for when we queued in 2016 and in 2020 to re-endorse. There are 4 more to do more. Is this what it is? Mr. President, maybe the people around you are not helping you. But you see, people say, oh, the president is not like that. The president is not like that. It's the people around him. Some of them, they are just, yes. If you are a thief, you are comfortable living with thieves. If you're a prayer warrior, if we come and look for your best friends, we'll find prayer warriors. If you're an armed robber, your best friends will be armed robber. So depending, if you're a hookup girl, your best friends will be hookup girls. So it is who you are that determines who become your friends and those who get into your inner circles. And you see, it is the president who appoints the people around him. The president's secretary, who chose him? Johnnie Hughes. The president's chief of staff, who chose him? Johnnie Hughes. The president's CDS, the president minister of information, minister of defense, minister of interior, Ashanti regional minister Simon Semeza, who's asking for ECG officials to be arrested for doing their work, and he says that I won't apologize to them. Apologize. Who appointed him? So the president is also part of the problem because he decided that these people, yes, me and them, we are together. We are in the same category. So let me pick them and let them come and work with me. If the people of Ejisu decide that today they are not going to vote for Honorable Kwabena Boateng, Lawyer Kwabena Boateng, and they are going to vote for either Ewusu Ediomi or Esther Osei or Fredria or Atakra or Beatrice Boachi, is the president suggesting to us that Ejisu, which is in the heart of the Ashanti region, a very important constituency in the political landscape of Ghana, in the stronghold of the MPP, which is the Ashanti region, he is going to decide that he won't take development there. Is that what he's suggesting? Oh, then I dare the people of Ejisu to vote against, what do you call it, Ben Boachi, Kwabena Boachi, and let's see if the president will take development there or not. Because the development that will be done is not being done taflache from the president's pocket. It's not being done from any MPP executive's pocket. Rightly, as the president stated, that the roads, everything else that the people need, the social good, is provided for by the taxes that we pay and by monies that are borrowed on our behalf and monies that we go and beg for on behalf of the citizens of Ghana. So how do you say publicly and repeatedly so that if you do not vote for who I want, development will not come to you? At least think it, Mr. President, but don't say it. Because when you say it, it makes people look at you. It makes people cringe. People look at you in a certain way and say, what is the man talking about? And everybody else they're happy because it's break the heads, 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 break the heads. That's all we are thinking, not development for the people. Forgetting that if we spread development nicely and evenly, the people themselves will see and they will become your campaigners, or they will campaign for you at ease without you having to induce or force them. Take me to SNIT. Yesterday, the SNIT head of actuary, he came to respond to some public concerns. And the public concerns were that we have been told that by 2036, SNIT may not be able to take care of itself administratively and not be able to pay for stuff. Listen to him.
The ILO report predicts SNIT reserves could deplete by 2036, prompting public apprehension about the scheme's sustainability. However, SNIT emphasizes that the report utilizes data from 2020, overlooking recent improvements.
It doesn't mean that the scheme is going to collapse in 2036, not at all. What it means is that based on the assumptions they use in the projection, just like in the other reports, in the 2011 report that I showed, 2014, 2017, similar findings were made and in the results, and they made similar recommendations. And among them was to adjust the contribution rate from the current rate that we have at 11% to say 16%, for example, in 2011 reports. Various reports, various suggestions have come. Even in 2020 report that we are discussing, the ILO said that for SNIT to be more sustainable, the contribution report should be 22%, not the current 11% that we have.
SNIT outlines measures to bolster its financial outlook, including the deactivation of ghost pensioners.
So this is what SNIT yesterday put out there,
resulting in savings.
The first question that I ask of SNIT is that they spoke about reserves. ILO's report spoke about reserves. Are you paying benefits from reserves? 2, if the private sector person decides that, business is not flowing the way it has to flow, so I don't have money to be paying the contributions of the members of SNIT who work with me, and so they go into a default mode, SNIT will take them to their Saturday court and jail them. Some people have gone to jail because of that, for defaulting. Some people have paid huge fines because of that. Some people have been giving stern warnings because of that. Yes, people have gone to jail because they couldn't pay their SNIT contributions. They had created the job. The enabling environment wasn't there, but they were trying so hard to do. They employed people, but they couldn't get the money to pay those contributions for their members. SNIT has taken them to court and put some of them in jail. If SNIT is now telling us that government owes them, and Controller and Accountant General has not released monies that are due, already deducted, because before you get your payslip, by the time you get your payslip, the monies would have been deducted. Why is SNIT not taking the Controller and Accountant General to court, or the respective ministries that are not paying? Why are they not taking them to court, like they treat the private sector? Because my father always said something, that if you have 100 cedis and you take it to the bank on Monday, it would have been saved. If you take that same money to the bank on Saturday, before the bank closes for the weekend, you will still have saved the money. But my father says, the man who saved the money on Monday would have made an interest, the man who saved the money on Saturday would have made nothing. So if people's monies have been deducted and you are refusing to actually go and collect the monies, or you're only complaining to us, by the time you receive the money, which you receive anyway, what investment would you have done? Because you're supposed to be collecting these monies and investing them so that in future you can give the people the dividends. If you are refusing to go and collect the money to come and invest, and you're only complaining to us, and you had to keep quiet about it, they took the ILO to talk to us, the members of SNIT, for us to ask you questions, for you to bring first a padded, press release, and then now this press conference. Go and collect the money. If government is defaulting, sue them like you sue the private sector. And we need to take the management of SNIT away from the political people and the politically influenced individuals, like Osafo Mafosan. We need to take SNIT from them and give it to an independent organization, the labor unions themselves, to manage their own future. The labor unions themselves to manage their own future. Because some of the people who are placed as SNIT actually do not care about the future of it, because some of them, they have never attended their schools here. They never live here actually. They are visiting citizens. They are visiting citizens. They never live here. They never live here. So SNIT needs to set up. If the government owes you money, sue them like you sue the private sector. Take them to court. If somebody has to be thrown into jail for not doing that, throw them into jail. If you have to fine them, let the court fine them. We are tired though, because we're thinking about our future. We can't do 419, we can't do Sakawa, we can't go and steal, we can't go and prostitute, we can't do all those things that people do to make money. We are doing genuine work to earn a salary and are keeping some for the future. So if the one we are keeping for the future, you are deciding to not take good care of it, and then when we come, you give us stories, we no go grieve for you. This year, we no go grieve for you. Now, play Dr. Bawumia's video for me. Dr. Bawumia has a video.
I know that there are challenges, and I don't want to paper over our economic challenges. We are going to work on them. Currently, we have issues with power challenges, but I can say, received from the Minister for Energy, that those power challenges will very soon, and I mean very soon, be a thing of the past. They are working at it, and I am very that this will go a long way to deal with it. But I say that I want your support. I'm come here to ask for your support. I want us. I know that there are challenges.
Mr. Vice President, good morning to you. I don't want to believe that you went to the president's home region and the eastern region to talk to religious leaders to literally tell them that your government has failed. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to infer. But to the extent that you have admitted that there is doomsaw and you decide to call it power outages is one thing. Why did it take you so long, Mr. Vice President? Why did it take you so long? And of course, yes, we know that if people wake up and smell the coffee and rise to their duty that they are being paid for, the power outages will be a thing of the past. If we are honest enough with ourselves, we are candid enough with ourselves, the power outages will be a thing of the past. But you see, the people are not asking for assurance that the problem will end. The people are asking for a doomsaw timetable, which you, Mr. Vice President, asked in opposition. They are asking for a doomsaw timetable. They are not asking for assurances. They are not asking for hopes and vibes and inshallah takashi. No. They are asking you for a timetable, Mr. Vice President. So all these things that you are saying, it doesn't actually make meaning to them. What they want at this material time is a timetable. So will you talk to your wannabe vice presidential candidate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, to bring the timetable? Because Mr. Osafo Mafosan, senior advisor to the president, said it is only the minister who can bring a timetable. So will you talk to him to bring that timetable? Because you have the men in all the sectors within the energy industry. So Let them give the people a timetable. That's what they're asking. They've been asking for it since. Put up Guta's release. They've been asking for it since. Guta, 25th of April, 2024. And this is my last thing. Then we'll go. Guta calls for Dumso timetable and swift action to end the phenomenon. Ghana Union of Traders Association, Guta, wishes to add its voice to the call by all concerned Ghanaians, civil society organizations, and others for a swift and decisive resolution of the ongoing unpredictable power outages in the country. Its negative impact on the entire economy is overwhelming as it affects every sphere of productivity from agriculture, trade to industry. Manufacturers, for instance, are finding it difficult to maintain production schedules as well as plan for their workers due to the inconsistency in the power supply, which also adds cost of production and worsens the living conditions of the people. Traders, shop owners, wholesalers, tailors and dressmakers, electricians, artisans, and all those who use electricity in their businesses are suffering a great setback as a result of this Dumso phenomenon, creating unbearable situation to businesses in the country. We demand to know the following from ECG. What is or are the real cause of the erratic power outages in the country? 2, what efforts are being made to fix it? And 3, at what timeline? ECG should also furnish Ghanaians with a timetable for the Dumso to enable us plan our business activities. Also, due to the unpredictable power outages, most shop owners resort to the use of generators, where they buy and keep their petrol for use of generators in the event of unexpected power outage. This is not only against the safety and security of our markets, but also a dangerous practice necessitated by the Dumso phenomenon, which needs to be fixed expeditiously. We express our solidarity with all those affected by this avoidable Dumso crisis and call for urgent action by the government to alleviate the hardship we are going through, especially the business community. Joseph Paddy is Director of Communications, Guta National, and his phone number is there. If you doubt it, like you doubted the Al Jazeera letter we wrote, you can call the number. Guta is asking for a timetable. So, Mr. Vice President, play his video for the last time. The people are not asking for when the problem, assurances. They are asking for a timetable. And they are watching you. You are promising them milk and honey come soon. They say now that you are number 2. Mumfasti and Mami. I have seen that beautiful bus. Maybe we should call that beautiful blue bus Fasti and Mami. Let's call the bus Fasti and Mami. Mr. Vice President, they are asking for a timetable. They are not asking for vibes and inshallah. No. They are asking for timetable. So give them the timetable. Talk, let them give them the timetable. Talk and let them give them the timetable. Good morning.
A long way to deal with. But I know that there are challenges, and I don't want to paper over our economic challenges. We are going to work on them. Currently, we have issues with power challenges, but I can say, received from the Minister for Energy, that those power challenges will very soon, and I mean very soon, be a thing of the past.